8 raise, 205, 205. One fault, two faults, four faults, five faults, six faults, seven faults. Kept your anti, sir? Not sure as well. Yep. One raise, 227. Two faults, four faults, five faults, six faults, seven faults, 220. Eight calls. Heads up. Eight tags. One bets, 250. Eight folds. Two folds. Four folds. Five folds. Six folds. Seven folds. Eight raise, 240. One fold. 5 raise, 160. 6 folds. 7 folds. 8 folds. 1 fold. 2 folds. 5 raise, 160. 6 folds. 7 folds. 8 folds. 1 fold. 3 folds. 4 folds. 6 folds. 7 raise all in. 8 folds. 1 fold. 2 raise. 225. Fold.
Oh, that's nice.
Well played.
That one's for you, Lily.
Why did I could have made it? Made it, I didn't know that.
8 fox. One fox. 2 fox. 4 fox.
Hey Steve!
Hey Steve, there you go.
Brother, how are you?
Hey mate, you going?
Welcome home. This one.
5 rays all.
Move around a little easier.
Take it. 6 fox.
Be quiet now, Ben. Yeah, how's it on the beers, lad? You sat down. Laura. We all shut up. We were all chatty before then.
1 fox. 2 fox. 3 fox. 4 fox. 5 fox. 6 fox. 2 rays. 1 knife. 3 fox. 4 fox. 5 fox. 6 fox. 8 fox. 1 fox. Put your empty. 3 raise, 170. 4 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 8 fold. 1 fold. 2 fold.
Check the answers quickly.
4 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 8 fold. 1 fold. 1 raise. Sorry, 2 raise, 200. 3 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 8 fold. 1 fold. 2 fold. 3 folds. 4 checks. That's it. 3 checks.
115.
4 bets. 115. 3 folds. 6 folds. 8 folds. 1 fold. 2 folds. 3 folds. 4 raise. 160, sorry. 5 phone. 8 raise. 205. 1 phone. 3 phone. 3 phone. 4 phone. 5 phone. 6 phone.
Kept the anti-slip. Just a epic bond. I've got your entry.
One phone. 2 phone. 3 raise. 160. 4 phone. 5 raise. 400. Six phones. Eight phones. Three phones.
Aye. Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
2 folds. 3 folds. Raise. 185. 4 raise. 185. 5 folds. 6 folds. 8 folds. 1 fold. 3 rows, 180. 4 folds. 5 folds. 6 folds. 8 folds. 1 fold. 2 folds. 'Other way around.
Wrong shit.
All right, guys, welcome back to day 2 of the APL PT main event at the Southport Sharks venue on the Gold Coast. My name is Liam Murray. We've got some familiar faces on the stream. Steve Smith and Stephen Smith, two of the best cricketers to ever grace the field for Australia. As well as Ben Turner, one of Brisbane's most consistent and I guess feared regs of the tournament scene.
6 rows, all in.
Christian Go is going to send the King 6 suited
Your cards over the box, please.
off to battle
8 folds.
against Ben's open.
1 fold.
This is probably one of the worst opens Ben's going to have. The Queen High from early position.
2 folds. 5 folds.
Unfortunately for Christian, he's going to have to run it. He is going to be in front, but Ben is still 1 in 3 to win this one. Jack 10-8 on the flop for Ben. Christian needing a king only. But it's not going to be it. We do lose Christian Go in 23rd. Congratulations to him. 777 entries in this main. So 23rd is an extremely good result regardless, but I'm sure he was looking forward to a final table. I didn't see her over in seat 1, but Janet Brooks is also on our feature table, another one of Brisbane's tournament regulars. She has sent me off to the rail many, many times, so it's great to see Janet making another deep run in an APL event. I know that she is she's here most of the time. Konstantin Sinkari as well, and Katsu Muramatsu as well, rounding out our feature. As we get closer to the final table, guys, we probably expect the play to slow down a little bit, but for now, no hand for hand, no shot clocks. These guys are into it thick and fast. Ace 4 for Stephen in the hijack. 2.5 big blinds for him. Ace 10 for the other Steve Smith. Steve on Steve violence, never nice to see. This might be a nice 3-bet jam candidate for Steve if he gets through the big blind and
3 calls.
No, just a call. Three-bet jam candidates, we sort of, there's a lot to be gained if we get through the original opener, and this is one of the reasons we may do that. Ace 10 is a spectacular hand, but not when it comes 4-7 deuce. Unfortunately for Steve Smith, we are going to see him out to a 7-1 dog. And Stephen Smith on the button, in the hijack, sorry, he will have pretty easy decision. He's probably going to need to protect his hand quite a bit. He's going to come out and lead. Looks to be about 3 bigs. 2.5. 2.5 again. I just want to give a shout out to Steve Smith in the black hat there. This is, I'm going to say, a breakout series for him. He's had a final table on the Centurion, a second place run in the $1,100 shot clock, and another deep run in the 480 main event. Steve, a successful business owner from the Sunshine Coast, from Ocean Inc. in Markula. Plays a lot of poker, but this is not his main hustle. He's definitely a business owner, but he has well and truly shown himself to have improved dramatically over the last 12 to 18 months. I know he's been putting in a lot of work, and I said it the other night, but I mean, I'm always going to do my best to give credit where it's due. This is, insanely. It looks a lot stronger than it is from the Ace 4. He's left himself with just 6 bigs. Not too many, if any. How many hands do you really know that leave 6 bigs? Not many, if any. Like that, Ace 4-0. Anyway, I saw Scribe performed recently. Love to see him, but if not, you guys can hire me and I'll rap not many myself. I haven't done it yet, but I'm opening up the Facebook chat. Hopefully heaps of you are watching along. thank you to everyone who joined us last night for the Jackstar final table. We did see Evan Miho win the Jackstar, and Vivek Banala came second. Viv has had his own success in the last 12 to 18 months, particularly here at APL. And Evan Miho has, well, everything he's touched has turned to gold, particularly in 2026. Evan, again, like we mentioned with Steve, he had a final table in the Centurion as well, and topped it off with a win in the Jackstar. As well as that, we saw back-to-back teams event wins for our Saturday night teams event. I don't know if you guys heard it in the background, but last night it was pretty raucous. Showing my age there using raucous, but Jason Gilbert and his partner Rebecca Sullivan were our back-to-back teams event winners last night, and they came first in the teams for $3,580.
5 race, 680,000.
In the 6-max shot clock, yeah, baby, Robert Spano was our victor, and like I mentioned, Steve Smith here in the black hat was second. Those guys chopped it up and took home $13,500 each. Nice little squeeze spot here for Ben Turner. Ace 3-0. Does have a little bit of removal in the sense that he is blocking some good hands with the ace, but also once Constantine calls the open from the small blind, there is a huge incentive for Ben to take it down pre-flop, because if Steve Smith is at the bottom to middle of his opening range, he will then have to call or jam against the calling range from Constantine out of the small blind. So Ben, very, very astute in collecting that pot. Like always, guys, if you are out there in Facebook or YouTube land, give me a yell in the comments. Some support for Ben coming through in the chat. Norma Turner. I'm going to go as far as to say that Norma might even be related to Ben. You know how I put that together? Ben always talks about Norma Turner being his favourite family member. Shout out to Daniel in the YouTube chat. Guys, I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on both chats tonight. Mr. Abernathy, thank you very much for joining us. A huge week of planning from yourself for the Australian Poker Schedule Awards tomorrow night. Dan Johnson, a deep run last night in the Jackstar as well, finishing on the final table. And for him, a little bit of bad luck. And by little bit, I mean a huge amount of bad luck. Shout out to the Mad Dog, Mike Maddox, watching us all the way from Canada, everyone's favourite American state. I don't know about you, but Mike has been sharing some of his past and current students successes in the in the last 12 months, and the alumni from Maddox Mindset Coaching are winning all the money. So potentially they're not here to take part. They may be here to take over. So shout out to Mike and his band of crushers.
2 folds. 3 folds. 4 folds.
Ten eight suited for Mr. Ben Turner on the button.
5 raise, 200.
I'm quite surprised to see Ben VPIP. He's normally... Nah, I'm kidding. You give Ben chips, you're probably going to see him in the middle pretty often. Janet Brooks in the big blind with ace-7 offsuit. She's going to be... Janet will be very aware of how active Ben is. If she had a slightly better ace, I might see Janet going all in here, but I don't know if she's going to do that. Looks like she's cutting out a 3-bet. And Ben's going to find out real quick how 10-8 looks versus Janet's 3-bet range from the big blind.
1 range, 500.
As far as sizing goes, she's gone quite small.
Good raise.
Ben is gonna be as frustrated comes. He's gonna have to let it go.
Did not know what to do with that one.
I don't know if you guys know, but Janet Brooks is a gangster and has been a gangster. GTO? No. GTJ. Game Theory Janet.
No, suited gap off. 10-8 suited.
Jamie Evans. A heads up Steve Smith off for the title. Sorry, a heads up Steve Smith off for the title would be epic. Mate, imagine the cricket that we'd see. We'd have to put it on a pitch.
Very good raise.
Chris Petrie, the man in pink and yellow. Get him, Steve. What about get him, Liam? Where's my support? Mike's the only one hyping me up.
8 folds. One raise, 250. Two fold. Heads up. One bet, 300. Two fold. It's all in. 2 calls. Go down, please.
8-9 for Janet, and she's in pretty bad shape. She does need a 7 or a queen to win. A 9 will also do it. The 6 on the river is not going to do it for her, though.
Thank you. Good game.
Look, I'm going to give Janet a shout out. She did not die wondering. She definitely had the sword out and was fighting the demons that are these young boys. So great result for Janet. We are down to 18. That bluff from Janet with the A7 was an extremely good move, and Ben Turner was put back in his place.
Four raise, 220. Excuse me. 5 folds. 8 folds. 2 folds. 3 folds. Heads up.
Bad news for Constantine. He's got about as good a hand as he could ever hope to have, and Steve Smith has a better hand. Ace King suited versus pocket fives on Ace 5-10. This is going to be an all-in moment for both players. They just don't know it yet. No. Like clockwork. It goes bet call. Turn is now a jack.
3 checks. 4 is all in. 3 calls.
All in and call. Set versus a straight and a flush draw. Top pair, unfortunately, not cutting it at the moment. Big moment for Steve, fading a club or a queen. And Constantine, he's still going to win this one, 1 out of 4. So he's not out of the woods. He's not. Steve's not home and hosed yet. 7 of clubs on the river. It's going to be very close, but our estimate is that Steve Smith has been eliminated.
I'll get him for you, Steve. Got to keep the name going.
Steve and Steve, camaraderie there.
1, 2, 4. Steve.
Which box are you, mate?
I don't know. I'm asking. 6 is this.
Yes.
No, but he told me he said sit and 6. Which one is 6?
Seat 6 is this one.
Big blind.
Player coming into 6.
What is that? Oh, that's from my card from there.
Yeah. TD.
You asked me sit 6, yes?
Yeah. 6 bit. Player coming into 6.
Down to 17. We are joined.
Thumbs up. Until seat 7.
Yeah.
They've got to put it in the box too, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. That's okay. Alright, bet small blind. Button in seat 2. 6 is in this thing.
Just like clockwork, I can see Dipper Xenanos out on the outer table. I have a feeling that might be our main as well.
Five rows, 200. 6 fold, 8 fold. Two fold. 3. Six folds. 8 folds. 2 folds. 220. 4 raise, 220.
Ace King for Constantine in the small blind. Ben Turner with King 9. It's borderline, right? King 9 off against a small blind open. Not going to be doing too well against a true small blind range.
5 folds.
But it's too good to pass. So we're going to see Ben call.
Hands up.
Ben is an extremely well-studied player, so he's going to take almost every opportunity to play
160. 4 bets, 160.
in position. What I was coming back to is Ben is going to play almost all pots in position against a player he feels he has more experience than, because Ben is a supercomputer and understands ranges better than most players. Constantine checks. Ben, I don't know if he's going to pounce on it or try and take the showdown with the double gut. Try and get to showdown with his double gut shot. An 8 now giving Ben a straight as well as the queen. Only we know that a queen would be disastrous for Ben though. Jamie, Corey, Van Jay, and his sexy boys can stay in their own lane.
5 bets, 530.
Yeah. Just like we expected, Ben does take the lead on the the check on the turn. And yeah, I do apologise to Steve Smith. I did mention how much I'd like to see him win, and then 2 minutes later he he was out as a 3-1 favourite. So I apologise to Steve. It was unintentional, but the next time I get tattooed by you and your guys at Ocean Inc., you can make sure it hurts a little bit more than it would normally. Still 17 left in the $480 main event. These guys are all playing off for $63,770 in second place. Just under 40, 38,905. All of our players are in the money, of course. Well into the money. Pay jump's not as significant as we'll see later on. But right now, we are looking at a $2,175 payout. Sorry, $2,485 payout. And 15th place, we'll see a pay jump. We have been joined by none other than Josephine Ting, who is, again, a feared competitor around the Brisbane circuit. Josephine known for her big chip stacks, and she's not shy to put them in the middle. So I'm looking forward to seeing the style of play that Josephine tries to put on show tonight. Queen 10 for Steve. In early position, he does fold. John White with King Deuce. Just 5.5 bigs for John, but 5.5 become 11 real quick. So he'll be looking for a double opportunity. And this bloke's here more than I am. Gareth Edmonds has joined us on the feature table as well as Fahad Mojirani. Jeez, this is a tough table. I'm glad I'm in the booth and not out there playing, because you guys might not see me on stream too long. I was out there. These guys are all crushers. Mr. Heyman, thank you very much for joining us in the Facebook chat. Much appreciated as always. One of our more regular viewers. Or commenters, maybe is a better term. Sam Sanjari. Let's go Fahad. Sam, how's my pronunciation on his surname? Did I get it okay? What did I say? Mojirani? Is that close? An early position jam from John White and a middle position call from Constantine Sincari with pocket eights. John going to need an ace or a 9. John is, of course, the uncle of Sam Burns. Shout out to John and Sam. It's going to be tough to win from here. GG to John. I believe that isn't quite a pay jump. 17th receiving $2,485 and 15th will be 3,110. Actually, it may be. I've just seen that number adjust to 14. So hopefully we see John getting a ladder, as we all love. We are down to 14, 5 off the final table. I can hear my goblin son in the background giving my wife absolute hell around bedtime. No doubt he is fighting her to get in pajamas as we speak. Josephine does jam the button with pocket eights. She's going to get it through. Both Steve and Katsu have ace deuce and king 5. So Josephine going to pick up the 2.5 bigs. Can you guys imagine if Katsu just flicked in the king 5-0 versus this after I've said that he's folding? I was a bit presumptuous. Maybe I should have let it be Katsu's decision, but no.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have ideal change. Press the luck.
Give us them 2 sacks of oranges.
God, how good is our dealer, Alex? Alex just said that let the table know that there was a dealer change incoming, and Alex said, "Lady and gentlemen," not ladies and gentlemen, but lady as in singular.
Okay, yeah.
And gentlemen, we have a dealer change coming in, joined by Kyle, who is one of the more experienced dealers on the circuit at the moment. Kyle with plenty of international experience. I do believe Kyle is a regular dealer at the World Series of Poker Bahama series in the Bahamas. And you might have even seen him on some Triton live streams and some nosebleed cash games as well. So yeah, we've got it all here at APL. And I say we because APL is mine. I just like to play, so I let Joel run the show occasionally. But he's doing a pretty good job, so I'll let him keep going. Sam, thank you very much for the confirmation on the pronunciation. I am a huge advocate for doing everything I can to get the pronunciation correct, because our name, you know, it's pretty important. Dave McGuinness, who's my tip from here? Mate, if Ben Turner gets some momentum, he's going to be pretty tough to stop. I haven't won a pot since against Ben since 1984. Both Ben and I born after that, but that just tells you how infrequently I win a pot against Ben. Josephine as well knows her way towards a trophy, so I've played with both of them and lost many a pot to Josephine and Ben. But you can't rule anyone else out. Dean, in reference to do dealers get paid well, mate, they have a pretty fun time while they're getting looked after. I'm sure that they all believe that they want to get paid more, but yeah, no, we have a lot of traveling staff who see the country and get around. And you know, if you love the game of poker, but you're not you're not ready for the high stakes games or you know, potentially you just like having a good gig, dealing with the APL is a very good opportunity to see some high-level poker and also earn a pretty good crust as well. And I'm sure you'll know that our dealers work very, very hard throughout the series. Speaking to a dealer last night, and over the last 10 days, she had been here every day. So shout out to all of our dealers and support staff and the TDs who make it all possible for these tours to exist and survive. Mark Pendergast asking, how the hell did we get Steve Smith on the feature table? Mark, every feature table needs eye candy. So we've put Steve on here for you and all of his fans at home to enjoy.
Bet 680.
That is, of course, a reference to how incredibly handsome Stephen Smith is.
We have ace king at risk against ace 5 suited.
Looks like we have an all-in hand on the outer table.
Ace of clubs, 5 of clubs, 10 of diamonds. Return to the 4 of clubs.
Adrian, our MC. As clear as day, ace king versus ace 5. Sounds like an all-in opportunity for me. Wow. That was a gigantic pot, and I was just dribbling in between. But Ben just rivered a three. He's full and absolutely knocked out a pillar of Josephine's stack. She is down to 7.5 bigs. Ben Turner with 5 million.
King of hearts, 6 of diamonds, deuce of spades.
Ace 10 diamonds.
Return
Ace 10 diamonds.
is a jack.
I thought you had to have
The river
back
is
back
a
with
5
these ace
of
and you would
spades. And we do lose 2 plays. Congratulations to the remaining players. Looks like you are in the lead.
How would I know? I gotta believe.
Dealers, do not get it until we say so.
Fold. All in.
Shout out to Wade Rickhouse in the Facebook chat. Steve FT'd the Jackstar and is deep now. He must be doing something right. Mate, you've just missed the other Steve Smith as well. So these guys might have been drinking the same Powerade at cricket training. Queen 9 for Josephine in the hijack. At the moment, going to get it through to Gareth in the small blind with Queen 10. He's not going to get it through the big blind. Constantine does call with kings. Unfortunately for Josephine, she's going to need quite a lot of help. We did see a queen folded as well, so Josephine just 12% to win this one. Queen 9 off, probably not a hand I would have thought she'd jam, but I know that she is very confident in her play. She now turns a jack up as a out. Oh, that was pretty close. Unfortunately for her, we do see her finish in 14th. Another deep run. Just a bit of a cooler with Ben Turner rivering the threes full to see her lose a big portion of her stack the hand before. Josephine, one of the nominees for the Australian Poker Schedule Fans' Choice Awards in the Female Poker Player of the Year. So congratulations to her on that. And that is pretty high accolade because there are quite a few women who are grinding the circuit these days.
Res. 230. Fold. 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 Thank you.
$1.4 total. $1.35 and there is no fund.
Fold. 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 Res. 250. Fold.
Jack 2 stuff, Jack 3 off, Jack 2 stuff. This was Jack 2 stuff.
When you start seeing Jack 5, when you start seeing Jack 5, you might play, you know?
Maybe,
You trick yourself.
yeah.
How much better of a hand than
I'm
the
so
biggest.
looking forward for the Jack 5.
Fahad and Ben
Quickest fight.
talking about their favourite hands. Jack 5. I think Fahad assumed Ben was trolling, but Ben will play any two, including Jack 5, given position and a chip stack. Because he knows that you won't be playing Jack 5, so why wouldn't he? No, I'm joking. Ben, of course, an extremely disciplined player.
Fold. Fold.
Cold.
Call.
I don't usually do this, but do we have any Williams out there watching the live stream? It's been a really long time since we've had an up-and-coming poker prodigy watching the live stream at home named William. So are there any out there in the chat? If you're out there watching, let me know. Always great to see the up-and-coming future prodigies.
Check. Bet. 220. Fold. Fold.
Well, I have had a confirmation. We do have a William out there watching. Great to have you joining us, William. Hopefully you'll be able to see some more poker before. Sure. Probably not far off bedtime, mate. You got your into your pajamas yet?
Fold.
Justin Gordon is asking, does everyone else name their vacuum? I wouldn't know what the vacuum is. Our vacuum's name is Diana the Dyson.
Fold. 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 Raise. 205. Fold. Fold.
What do you mean? It's only just got here. We've been floating on the same stack the whole way through, haven't we?
4 hands in a row, you have cards.
You'll see in about 20 minutes. No, good ace. Good cards.
Nice.
Raise 200,000.
Really?
There you go, they're back.
Fold. Mine never left.
Unfortunately, Fahad experiencing the distribution that is
Fold.
being card dead.
Fold. Check. Bet 150. Fold. Oh, you have a blind? I'll set it.
Brian has asked about, can I name who's on the other table? Mate, I'll do my best to get an update. Remember, we aren't too far away from final table, so let me try and chase down some info.
Try to speed the game up. We all want to go home.
You
Jumping
can
to the
donate
next
some
level.
if you like.
Too rich.
We'll just have a break now and skip this level and finish a couple hours earlier.
See the camera what you're giving me every time.
I don't want to look. Fold, fold. Just play blind.
Huh?
Oh, play blind. Don't look at your face.
No.
Just play blind.
No.
Every hand, good hand.
Every hand.
Fold. Fold.
Just 12 remaining. 3 off our FT. Ryan, I have asked for some additional information about the outer table, so bear with me for a few minutes. Hopefully we get the info before final table begins.
Fold. That's gonna be a call.
All right. There are 270 of you in Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to do a roll call. Who is out there? Jim Nicholson, thank you very much for joining us all the way from Port Hedland.
Fold.
Glad to hear you're an avid gardener.
Check.
Pocket fives for Katsu.
Check.
Fahad with just 4 high. This is not a board that favours...
500.
Excuse me. This is not a board that favours Katsu too much. He's just going to put Fahad all in.
3-4 offsuit.
Thank you.
Pocket fives. Getting the job done. Fahad letting Katsu know that 4-3 was not going to cut it. Thankfully, he didn't have much else. Yeah, roll call. If you're watching the chat, you have to say that you're here.
Thank you.
Shout out to Lachlan Pryor and Clay Seaborn. Jim Jam is ready for the FT. Mate, I'll try and get rid of the 3 of them, and then we'll be on FT. Kira, I have a feeling that Ben does have the largest stack. He's very, very deep at the moment.
Fold.
Adrian joining us in the YouTube chat. Fahad for the win. Mate, what a pleasure to have such a gentleman like yourself watching us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Jasmine, Dean, and Floyd, as well as Andrew and Daniel, Justin, and Martin Ward, as well as Brian Seck. Geez, you've all done well to do that. Kevin, my name is Liam Murray. I am a poker player from Brisbane.
8-7.
Hopefully, you're enjoying the coverage. If not, sucked in. I'm here until the end anyway. Jim has just asked, who's my pick for the top 2? I can't go past Ben Turner when he's got a chip stack. Fahad jamming the 9 high into Stevens' 10 high. 10 high, probably not good enough. Unfortunately for Fahad, he has not had any cards to work with just yet. So thankfully for him, he does get it through.
Gave me a heart attack. King? King high?
No. No, suited connected.
7-8 suited. 7-8 suited.
19.
120.
It's close. 9.
Damien Weir, a regular in the comments. The man, the myth, the legend, Cody Brooker, also joining us. Cody and I played poker together in Tewantin many, many years ago when,
You had better than
I don't even know if Cody was 18, but he used to come along anyway.
Fold.
And we do have the Smiths joining us. Terry Smith, Stephen's brother.
Fold.
Terry, I imagine that you are the reason for Stephen's success. I can only imagine that his brother would be his poker coach as well. And the Peanut, Kieran Lee, has joined us. Thank you, everyone, for
Raise.
watching along.
360.
Peanut, of course, a term of endearment before anyone gets in contact with HR. Interesting thing about the stream commentary is I am HR. So you can forward me the DM and I'll file it away in the compost bin.
All in.
Terry, you must be a good-looking bloke if you're a better-looking fella than Stephen.
Fold.
Might have to get you on the feature next time. Down to 10, 1 away from FT. For those out in the comments, what do we reckon Stephen Smith is listening to? What do you think his playlist is? Or is it just on noise cancellation to drown out Ben's dribble?
I listened to you, actually.
I told you. This is how you do the
Fold.
No, I cannot do it UTG, but small club.
Of course.
Fold.
The heater continues for Hard. 7 deuce into the bin. Queen 9 suited for Stephen Smith.
Raise.
He's going to open.
15.
315. 2.5 bigs.
Fold. Fold. That's right.
Rory Cummins asking, when is the next Aplpt event? Mate, great question. APL is off to Sydney next week to the Canterbury Hurlston Park RSL Club. Just a small event. Just a small event. Actually, no, it's not. It's ginormous. The APLPT is off to Sydney next week, and there is a main event there. $600 buy-in. $600,000 guarantee. So absolutely bonkers guarantee. Well over 1,000 entries expected. I have heard rumours that last year it was 880,000 in the prize pool. So given the way poker's trending, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 900 or maybe even cracking the million. So if you're in Sydney, or even if you've got the opportunity to travel, head along to the Canterbury Hurlston Park RSL Club next week from the 23rd of January right through until early Feb. Not only does the main event have a massive guarantee of 600,000, but the Jackstar has a $300,000 guarantee. Centurion, they are expecting over 100 entries as well. So there is a $200,000 guarantee. Centurion, of course, a $2,500 buy-in. Jackstar, $1,500. I'm going to do everything I can to get there. But for me, I might need to take the newborn with me. It's been a very tough week in our household with
Raise to
our
3.
3-week-old son doing everything he can to keep his mother and I awake.
Fold.
Been a very, very exhausting week in the Murray household. And to top it off, I was at Sharks until 3 a.m. last night and then drove home to do the next feed. So that's why we started a bit later today. I was hooped.
Every hand, huh? You got a good hand, huh? Pretty much.
Pocket sevens for Steve Smith. Early position. This is probably one of the better hands Fahad has seen in a couple of orbits. King 5 suited. Certainly not the greatest of hands, but looks pretty good to him and to me. But he's got a really awkward stack depth. Can't really afford to defend, and he can't really afford to fold. But he's probably going to have to with one away from final table. Of course, he could go all in, but he'd probably get called pretty quickly and be out. So he might have to see what he does.
Fold.
Kevin, thankfully, APL do look after me for getting in here and having a chat to all of you. So it is a paid position. Sean, I do apologise for not having Twitch open. Let me open it up.
Quick fold.
Pretty hard to monitor 3 chats, but I'll give it a go.
I think it's the second pocket pair I've had since we come to the table.
Fold. Fold.
And you wouldn't have seen the first hand with Queen.
Just opened Twitch and somehow found a woman doing a DJ set from what seems to be her bedroom. She's got 26,000 people watching her, so I might need to start streaming on Twitch if that's the kind of content that they're looking for.
All in.
We do have a jam from Fahad with King Queen O. Stephen Smith was 7 high. Can't call that off.
I'm not calling the 7 big.
Fold. Raise. 250.
Ace Queen for Ben Turner, or as I like to say him, call him, Bet Turner.
Fold.
Steve Smith and Gareth both in trouble here. Ben with the dominating hand. Ace Queen O versus Ace Jack and Ace Jack suited. Sorry, Ace Jack suited for both of them.
Raise. All in.
This is a big jam. Unfortunately for Gareth, Ben is going to recognise that he's incentivized to jam once Steve calls from the small blind. So Ben will re-jam behind. And Gareth is going to need to make a flush or one of two remaining jacks.
Am I allowed to open fold?
Tell us afterwards, you leave.
Fold. Give me
Gonna let it go. Great fold from Steve. Ace Jack suited. Ace Queen. Barring a miracle for Gareth, and when we say miracle, we're leaving it up to Kyle, of course, the miracle maker. Will be on final table. Gut shot for both of them. Backdoor flush draw now for Gareth. G to Gareth. That is our final table, guys. So what we will do, we will have a 20-minute, it's about half an hour actually. Gonna have a break for the final table photo. Give these guys a chance to grab a drink, grab some food, and we'll be back in about 20 to 30 minutes. So keep an eye on the stream, and we'll be back shortly to take you through to the winner. 7.8 million for Ben, 65 bigs. Going to be a hard man to stop, but we will see how we go. All right, enjoy your break, guys. We'll be back shortly.
We're going to move your seats first. We're going to let these guys get everybody seated. We're going to call your seats in